is up, gamers? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have another post and update here from the battleaces dev team, and I wanted to share this with you guys real quick and get you up to speed. It's a long post, so buckle up. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible, so I'm going to skip over some things and whatnot and try to get into some of my thoughts and opinions on a few of the things in here that I thought were a little more interesting and whatnot. By the way, also, I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas again and Happy New Year. I hope everybody is enjoying time with friends and family. I'm definitely enjoying time with friends and family as well. So I just wanted to make this quick. This post actually came out about a week ago, but I've been busy, and so, just haven't gotten around to it, but I figured I would get to it now. If you would like to check this out for yourself, I'll leave a link to this in the description down below, so definitely feel free to check this out and give them your feedback. And then also, if you enjoy this, if you could please like and subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment down below. I'd very much appreciate that. That'd help me out a ton. Anyways, let's get into this, and I'm going to, again, skip around a bit here. And so anyways, I want to start here. They go over some survey results. They sent out a survey to everybody who participated in the closed beta, and so here they are just sharing some of the results they got. So they say survey participants were asked to rank the aspects of gameplay they enjoyed the most and identify which features most influenced their interest in continuing to play. The options provided included all of these. So these are all the options that they had on the survey that people could choose from. And personally, I enjoy all of these. So I have, my favorites and whatnot, but I definitely enjoy all these different aspects of the game. They give some of the results here. The top one was fast-paced gameplay at 51%, and then we have streamlined resource management at 38%, and then competitive decision-making at 32%, ease of play at 29%, and deck building at 22%. So that's very cool to see. I think for the community at large, it'll be important for them to take this and kind of cater more to these aspects that seem to be more popular. And hopefully that will draw in more new players. I think their focus is and should be on bringing in newer players. I think especially from different genres and backgrounds. I myself personally have always had more of an FPS background and a bit of a MOBA background, and I've never really been quite as into RTS games. And so I think this game has a really big opportunity to bring in more new people to this genre. And so I think that's going to be important for them for their long-term growth and success, and overall that's going to benefit everyone in the game. So now I consider myself a hardcore gamer in terms of battleaces. I still haven't really broadened my RTS experience too much yet, and it's something I'm not really too interested in, to be honest. I enjoy battleaces because it gives me that RTS experience in the condensed format that it does, and I really like that about the game. So I think there's going to be a fair number of other players like myself who have that same interest, and so I'm really hoping they are able to reach out to those players and get them in. So then they say, when asked which aspects most influenced their overall interest to play, fast-paced combat and streamlined resource management were the leading factors, with deck building and counterplay strategies close behind. These stats reaffirm our focus on creating high-energy matches with a strategic depth that feels rewarding for players of all levels. And so I think that's great. I think that definitely is going to help them going forward. And so next, they say, while we're excited about what you loved, we're also actively working on the areas you'd like to see improved. And so then they point out tutorial enhancements. We're at 33%. A significant portion of players requested improvements to the tutorial, including shorter, more engaging lessons to reduce onboarding time, deck building guidance to help new players explore strategies early, tips for advanced tactics, such as countering units and understanding timing. And so I'm definitely glad to see that they want to work on the tutorial some more. I felt like they already made a lot of improvements since the first closed beta test, but I think a good tutorial is very important for a game, especially for the new players, of course. I'm glad to see that they are going to continue to work on that. I think that'll help them a lot with the onboarding. And then they say repetitiveness, 23%. Some players noted that matches began to feel repetitive, especially in AI modes or when certain strategies dominated gameplay. This feedback highlights the need for more dynamic matchups, greater variety in gameplay modes, and continued balance updates. So I think this is good that they're looking into this. Repetitiveness is always something that is naturally going to happen for pretty much any game over an extended period of time, depending on how many hours people are putting into the game and whatnot. But I think it can be a little more susceptible for a game like this, where games are, on average about 5 minutes long. When you have a shorter gameplay experience, you're getting many more games over an extended period of time. So it can definitely start to get a little more repetitive in that truncated experience, if that makes sense. So there's definitely a lot of ways, I think, around that, different ways that they can improve that, spice things up, make it more interesting and whatnot. I think a lot of that will kind of come in time as they add more content to the game and whatnot. Just that alone, I think, can help alleviate some of the problems in that regard. But then also with continued balance updates, I think is probably the most important thing. You can never really get like a fully perfectly balanced game and whatnot, and I don't think they necessarily need to do that. I think it's just more important to balance the game in order to change up the meta. I think people just eventually there's always going to be some kind of meta that forms. People are going to settle on certain things that are either strong or just perceived to be strong for whatever reason. And so a meta just naturally develops over time anyways. And I think if you let that go long enough, people just get bored of that eventually. And so I think it'll be important for them to do frequent balance updates, even if they're just minor tweaks. That can be enough to shift up the balance a bit and to shift up the meta, to steer people away from something that might be in perspective too strong. And again, whether it is too strong or not is almost irrelevant. It's really just about shaking up that meta and getting people to try different things out so that they don't feel like they're just constantly going up against the same deck over and over again. Last one here is opponent deck influence, 18%. Concerns were raised about games feeling overly determined by dominant decks. This reinforces the importance of refining unit balance and ensuring players have multiple pathways to victory over diverse strategies. So again, I think this kind of just goes back to the overall balance of the game and them just needing to shake up the meta through balance frequently. And from the closed beta tests that we've had so far, I feel like they've done a really good job of this for the most part. I think they've been doing very frequent balance updates and patches throughout these beta tests. And so I think they've done a good job with that for the most part. I was very surprised that they didn't change up the Wasp in the second closed beta because those seem to be very strong and also very popular. And so, I think that's just something that they will kind of get better with over time. I don't know exactly how they choose to balance the game. If they're looking at stats, I'm sure that's probably the big thing that they do. They're probably looking over all the different stats of win rates and whatnot and what's popular and all that stuff. And so I'm sure that's something they'll kind of get even better at over time. But they have been, I think, updating the game pretty frequently with these closed beta tests that we've had so far. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm glad to see that that's something they're still continuing to look at to improve. And next they say unit balance and controls. Feedback included targeting issues, clunky controls, and units that were hard to distinguish. These areas are a priority for upcoming updates, as smooth controls and clear visuals are critical for a polished RTS experience. That's another thing I'm really glad they're looking at and planning to work on. I think that is definitely very important to the game's success overall. And I think, again, they've done a very good job with this for the most part, but there's always going to be little issues, whether they're bugs or not, things not working as intended. So there's always room for improvement there, and I'm glad that they are looking into that. And then we get into the good stuff, a little bit of an update on their thoughts and plans going forward for battleaces 2025 here. They say the journey doesn't stop here. The feedback we've received is shaping our focus for 2025, and here's what's on the horizon. More opportunities to play. Throughout 2025, our goal is to offer more opportunities beyond the core closed beta test to play. We are currently developing the cadence for these shorter focused opportunities, and we'll let you know as soon as we finalize plans. And then next, closed beta phase. We're preparing to roll out significant updates based on your feedback, working towards another closed beta phase in 2025, including adjustments to underused units, improved tutorial experience, taking in the feedback we have received, refinements to 2v2 matchmaking, communication tools, and gameplay. And so I just want to say I'm glad that they're going to have some more short form tests coming out, as well as another closed beta test. And hopefully it won't be too long before we get to play the game some more. I would hope that the game launches this year at least. And so I don't know what the best plan would be. I do trust them in this regard. But I'm just hoping that we get the game fully released this year. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for, and we'll see how it continues to play out. I'm sure they will definitely keep us updated on how the progress overall is going for them. And then they say gameplay and balance enhancements. Expect continued balance tuning to address repetitiveness and dominant strategies. Improvements to controls, targeting issues, and unit clarity are also on our radar, so that's all good. Progression systems testing. We'll be conducting additional tests to focus on our progression systems to help determine the best player experience while keeping the game fair and fun. Your input will remain crucial as we test these systems, so please keep sharing your thoughts with us. And so if you've been following this game at all, you know that over the last 2 closed beta tests, they've gotten off to kind of a slow start, and they've had a very slow progression system. And they've kind of retracted that in both of the closed beta tests so far, and have kind of just unlocked everything for us. And so I'm really hoping that it's definitely much better and much more improved in the next closed beta test. I'm hoping it's a lot faster. So I don't know exactly what changes they're going to make here, but I'm excited to see what they come up with. And then community engagement, more streams, developer updates, and opportunities to connect with the team as we continue refining battleaces. As always, we'll keep you updated every step of the way through blogs, Discord updates, and social channels. And I definitely very much appreciate everything that they've done, keeping in touch with us, with the community, and giving us all these different updates. Many other game developers and teams that I have seen throughout the years have been nowhere near this level of open communication, honesty, transparency, and just constant updates. And so I think they've been doing a great job with that, and I have no doubts that they will continue on that same path. So finally, they just close with thanking everybody and wishing everybody the best. And I definitely echo that sentiment. I am also very thankful to the Uncapped Games team and all the hard work they've done on this game, and all the communication that they've had with us. And I'm also very thankful for the community around battleaces. I think we have a very strong core community, and I hope that just continues to grow and we're able to be inviting towards other new players and kind of help get them into this game as well. And so I kind of think we're all in this together. Very excited to see this whole thing continue to grow and continue to be successful. So I also want to thank everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that. I very much appreciate it, and it helps me out a ton. And I wish you all nothing but the best for the new year. I'll see you again soon in the next one.